I say all this as a fellow Clevelander, and I hear with the chatter around Cleveland and how everybody just you get Deion's son in the building. He enjoys being in the limelight. He enjoys being on that football field. He's got excitement. He's the showman when he plays.
Travis Kelce is riding hard for Shedeur Sanders, and he ain't holding back. After Cam Ward hyped him up, Kelce jumped in and made it crystal clear. He sees superstar potential written all over Shedeur.
The world wants to see him go out there and not only play, but have success. At this point, guys are rooting for him. This isn't anything against Dylan. This isn't anything against Joe. I'm just saying the excitement is there for him to go out.
We thought me and him were going to be 1 and 2 the whole time. Whether he's 1, I'm 2. Whether I'm 1, he's 2. And so that's just always been, our mindset. It didn't go that way. But, I mean, just coming out of college, even to the draft, I thought he was one of the better quarterbacks.
For him to go out there, he's going to put eyes on the screen. He is going to bring people to the game. It is what it is, man. Why?
He's not just saying the kid belongs on the field. He's saying Sanders is about to flip the whole game upside down and drag in a brand new wave of fans. But Kelce didn't stop at compliments. He fired shots at the media, too, calling out the voices trying to chip away at Sanders before he even gets a fair chance.
The world wants to see him go out there and not only play, but have success. At this point, guys are rooting for him. This isn't anything against Dylan. This isn't anything against Joe. I'm just saying the excitement is there for him to go out there. He's going to put eyes on the screen. He is going to bring people to the game. It is what it is, man. Why? I would love to fucking see it, man.
According to him, this isn't just about football. It's about shutting down the noise and letting raw talent shine. And in Kelce's eyes, Shedeur's got everything it takes to raise the bar for the entire league. And the cherry on top, Kelce's Cleveland pride is showing. As a native of the city, he said nothing excites him more than the idea of Sanders rocking a Browns uniform. He admitted that being Deion Sanders' son comes with pressure and constant attention. But he swears that Shedeur doesn't just handle it, he thrives on it. Kelce painted him as the kind of athlete who lights up the room before he even steps on the field. To Kelce, Shedeur isn't just a quarterback, he's a natural-born showman. That presence, that charisma, that swagger, it pulls people in like a magnet.
But I mean, when he gets his chance, to become a starter, I know he's gonna make the most of it. And I'm ready to get back to work with him. After the season, talk some more stuff to him. Say some crazy stuff. I mean, we just gonna keep on pushing each other.
And Kelce believes the league is sleeping if they think Shedeur's gonna blend in quietly. In his words, there's nothing not to like about the kid. He's just too good. And if Sanders does get his shot, Kelce swears it'll be one of the most electrifying shakeups the NFL has seen in years. Travis Kelce isn't just showing love, he's practically begging for Shedeur Sanders to take over in Cleveland. He's convinced that if Shedeur can step in and snatch a win, the whole city will feel it. Kelce says the energy would be electric. Fans would be buzzing, the crowd would be united, and everyone watching would walk away remembering that moment forever. According to him, the hype isn't just smoke. The buzz around Shedeur's potential is the real deal, and if he delivers, the entire NFL will be forced to pay attention.
We met for the first time with our quarterback coach when we first got to college. Then he's always been, just a great person to be around. A lot of stuff out there on him ain't really, the truth. Just because they spin it different ways, like they spin stuff about me different ways. But I mean, I've always thought he was a productive quarterback. I mean,
Kelce even dropped a little honesty. Yeah, he respects Joe Flacco and Dorian Thompson-Robinson, but let's be real. He doesn't want them carrying the Browns spotlight. He straight up admitted he'd much rather see Shedeur running the show. He urged the franchise to give the fans what they're craving. Sanders out there leading the charge, stacking wins, and sparking a whole new era in Cleveland. In Kelce's words, Shedeur isn't just another quarterback. He's the missing piece that could finally bring life back to the dog pound. And Kelce wasn't finished. He doubled down, saying it's not just his wish, it's the heartbeat of Cleveland. According to him, every fan in the city wants to see Shedeur take the reins. He believes Sanders' presence on the field wouldn't just mean more wins. It would draw bigger crowds, flood stadium seats, and build a level of excitement that the Browns haven't seen in decades. At the end of all the hype, Kelce summed it up in plain words. I would love to see Shedeur play. And when someone like Travis Kelce, a Cleveland legend himself.
And so that's just always been, our mindset. It didn't go that way. But I mean, just coming out of college, even to the draft, I thought he was one of the better quarterbacks in the draft as well, even throughout college. He's been productive where he's been every time. We both started FCS. He was at, Jackson State. I was at Carter Word. And that's where really we met for the first time with our quarterback coach when we first got to college.
Is this fired up? It's clear the city's ready for Sanders to step in and shake the league to its core. Critics can talk all they want, but Shedeur Sanders keeps proving he's the real deal. No matter how many try to downplay his talent, his greatness keeps shining through. And recently, Cam Ward, yes, the same Cam Ward who went #1 overall, put even more respect on Sanders' name. In an interview, Ward made it loud and clear. Shedeur deserves a top draft spot, either #1 or 2, no questions asked. That's not just some random praise, that's coming from a man who knows the weight of being picked first. For Cam Ward to co-sign Shedeur like that says everything about Sanders' skill, leadership, and the kind of superstar future that's waiting for him. Ward didn't just hype his arm talent, he vouched for his mentality, his presence, and his ability to step into the spotlight and own it. And here's the kicker, Shedeur hasn't even gotten his official start yet, but Ward is confident that when the chance comes, Sanders is going to grab it with both hands and leave no doubt he belongs. He even brushed off the idea of rivalry, saying their connection goes way deeper than numbers or stats. To him, this journey is about respect, brotherhood, and the unforgettable memories they're making side by side. Cam finished with a vision of the future, the two of them years from now, sitting back, laughing about all the wild moments, the chaos, and the crazy stories only they lived through together. If that's not a stamp of approval, what is? Cam Ward didn't bite his tongue. He called out the way the media has been twisting the story around Shedeur Sanders. He said it feels all too familiar because he went through the same smear campaign himself. According to Ward, the second Sanders finally gets the keys to start, all those lazy narratives will crumble. He believes Shedeur is built to rise up under pressure, and when the lights hit him, the doubters are going to eat their words. Ward was crystal clear. The endless comparisons, they end the moment Sanders steps onto the field. He's convinced that Shedeur will prove, without question, that he belongs in the spotlight and that no amount of media spin can take away what's obvious. The kid is special. Coming out of college, Ward reminded everyone that Shedeur wasn't just another quarterback. He was the quarterback to watch. From Jackson State to Colorado, Sanders stacked numbers, wins, and highlights that had people glued to every snap. Ward admitted that every single time he watched Shedeur play, he walked away impressed, not just with stats, but with the poise, the leadership, and the ability to make a whole team believe they could win. Ward went as far as to call Sanders one of the best quarterbacks college football has produced in years. That's high praise from a former #1 overall pick, and it cements the idea that Shedeur's game isn't hype, it's legit. And if Cam's words weren't enough, look at Travis Kelce, a future Hall of Famer who's already campaigning to see Shedeur take the field in Cleveland. Kelce's excitement, paired with Ward's respect, proves that Sanders isn't just catching the eyes of fans. He's commanding respect from legends and professionals who know greatness when they see it. Despite the media's attempts to stir doubt and force comparisons, Shedeur has already carved out a reputation that can't be ignored. Whether at Jackson State or Colorado, he's proven time and time again that he thrives under pressure, shines brightest when the moment is biggest, and carries himself like a star. Cam Ward, with all the credibility of being a top draft pick himself, stamped it. Shedeur Sanders is one of the best to come out of college in years, and when that first start comes, the critics won't just be silenced, they'll be exposed. The future couldn't look brighter for Shedeur Sanders. With legends like Travis Kelce and Cam Ward putting their full stamp of approval on him, it's obvious he's got the juice to rise higher and inspire the next wave of young athletes chasing the dream. The spotlight's already waiting. Now it's just about showing the world exactly what he can do when that moment finally comes. But here's the real question. What do you think? Do you believe Shedeur Sanders is ready to silence the critics and live up to the hype with a game-changing debut? Will he shock the NFL and make the kind of impact that forces everyone to recognize his greatness? And how about Cleveland? Are you fired up to see him in a Browns uniform like Kelce is begging for? Or do you think another team might be the better fit for Sanders to really take over? What about the media spin, fair coverage, or straight-up disrespect? And do you agree with Cam Ward calling Shedeur one of the best quarterbacks to come out of college in years? Drop your thoughts below. Don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment because this conversation